Hello and welcome to the bottom of it with your host Joshua Moriarty.
G'day there, how you doing? Welcome back to The Bottom of It with me, your host, Joshua Moriarty. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for listening. We're at episode number 32. We've really been chipping away at them. It's been a few years now. How about that, huh? There's people starting new podcasts every single day. Well, at least I'm 30 episodes in front of you. So if you're trying to do one, you've got a bit of catching up to do. But in saying that, I'm about 1,000 episodes behind Joe Rogan, so fuck me, what are you going to do? Hey, I'm back in Melbourne for summer. I've got Miami Horror and all the colours shows around the place. I'm not so good at remembering where everything's going on and what you're doing, but if you look on your phone, you'll be able to find out what's happening. I think All the Colours is playing Melbourne Music Week, November 23rd, Cherry Bar. Come along to that if you're in town. Let's see what else is going on. Miami Horror, I can't remember. I think we're playing Vineyard shows or something like that. We're going to be in Sydney on the weekend doing some DJing. Yeah, back for summer, back for some sunshine, back for some rock and roll. Anyway, today's episode is with an old friend of mine, a guy I think is very special. He's quite dear to me. It's Todd Andrews from the band These New South Wales. Now, if you don't know, if you're new to These New South Wales, let me sort of explain it for you. They're a band, but they also have a punk rock mockumentary style web series. Now, I interviewed Jamie Timoney about a year ago on the podcast. He's the front man of the band, and I guess you would say the sort of star of the show. But the show was created and written by Todd Andrews, Jamie, and Jamie's brother Ben Timoney. Now, it's becoming quite the cult hit. It has a lot of fans all over the place. People who get into it become proper fans. There's something really special about it, and I think once you get on board, you get really excited, you love the characters, you love the show. Now, the first season they released online themselves, but season 2 of the show was picked up by Comedy Central. NME called it hilarious. Triple J have called it perfectly imperfect. On season 2 they have guest appearances by Daniel Johns from Silverchair, Jimmy Barnes, Roger O'Donnell from The Cure, and a handful of other familiar faces that you'll recognize. Now, I love it. I think what they're doing is brilliant, and the music is really cool as well. It's not just about the show. The band is amazing. If you go and watch them, they're extremely entertaining. Jamie's an excellent frontman, and I really like the way that Todd plays the guitar. He's got his own style, his own thing that he does. Now, Toddy and I have always enjoyed talking shit, so today's episode is no exception. We recorded the episode in October of this year at my place in Melbourne. Now, we both have a serious appreciation for the guitar riff, so we talk a lot about riffs. We discuss cheap cocaine, being DIY to the death, the joys of limitations while creating music. We talk a bit about his involvement with the other band he plays in, I Know Leopard, with another good friend of ours, Luke O'Loughlin. There's lots of good nonsense in this episode, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Andrews. Enjoy. Got your Code Orange t-shirt on? Mm-hmm. Is that the album that you told me to listen to?
Probably.
It was kind of like new metal.
Yeah, it's like influenced by new metal, but it's new metal.
What are they called? Is it just NEWNU metal?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'll do.
Is there an influx of new metal? If anyone would know, Toddy, it's you.
Yeah, if anyone in the room would know. I would say there's a few, yeah, but I don't necessarily think there's an influx, no.
People were telling me that the new young rappers are sort of getting into new metal. That we've reached that time where it's being a throwback thing. But maybe we're too old to really know about
it. New metal where like Fred Durst would rap and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, listening to Korn and stuff.
There's a bit of a hip-hop kind of influence in that stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, there's these new, the really young hip-hop art. There's a guy called 69, have you heard of him?
I've heard of him. There's a bit of controversy around
Yeah, him and that kind of group of people are apparently citing new metal as a bit of an influence on their music.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure. That doesn't sound like something that I would enjoy listening to.
Yeah, that stuff's weird, man. Like, I think I listened to one of his songs and I just was so confused, hey?
It's kind of, I guess, to me though, it's confusing as it would have been in the late 70s or 80s or whatever, when punk first came around, and all the old people would have gone, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And the fact that we don't get it means it's doing the right thing, right?
That's a really good point. I agree.
Yeah. And I don't really want to get it, I suppose.
I'm not trying to get it.
No. But I don't. You want to be careful not to write it off and say that it's garbage or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely did that. There was that around the same, maybe it was the same day or whatever, that I looked up 69. I looked up who does that Gucci Gang song.
All right, you'd have to tell me.
Do you know that song though? Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
Nah, Ben Plant Miami Horror showed me quite a few of these things.
Yeah.
Because he clicked on one link,
Yeah.
and now his Instagram's always recommending him videos of all of these people. It's kind of like I clicked on a couple of Metallica videos, and now I'm always getting sent them.
Yeah.
Gucci
Gang or something, and I've listened to it and I wrote it off straight away. Mm-hmm. I thought it was trash, and but it's always stuck in my head.
But so was Cotton Eye Joe, is the argument that I've always...
that is trash.
Yeah, and that's... Well, no, definitely.
Is it trash? Yeah.
Yeah. I think best to never judge something first listen completely.
Trying to judge less these days as well.
Yeah. What do you hate? Because I feel like when you're younger, you hate more stuff, right? And then maybe as you get older, you grow out of it a little bit.
Yeah. I just kind of feel... I still probably hate stuff, but kind of don't really have the energy to hate shit sometimes. It's a bit of a waste of energy hating stuff.
Yeah, just don't have that much energy in general.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to misplace what energy you have into,
How much are you actually the guy that you play on the East New South Wales TV show? Punk AF.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's pretty much me, yeah.
Punk AF?
Yeah, Punk AF, but not really. Punk, not punk. Yeah.
Punk, not punk.
Yeah.
What do you... So you're all death metal all the time, though, these days?
Yeah, I basically listen to metal and punk now. Grew up listening to like heavy metal, like Metallica and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Moved into the new metal.
Yeah, very good.
Then moved on to the punk and like hardcore and stuff. And then
What's some of the punk and hardcore ones?
What were some of them? Oh, like NoFX and that kind of stuff.
Right, okay.
And then...
He made it... Oh, yes, sorry, please continue.
No, you go.
He made a bad comment recently.
Oh, he really did.
Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
What was it exactly? It was about at least it was country music fans being shot.
At the Vegas... Playing
at
in
the
Vegas
one, yeah.
Yeah. That didn't go down well at all.
No. I watched a video of it.
And they did a big apology, and all their American shows got cancelled.
But they've probably booked a new lot now, and they're doing fine.
I don't know if they've played in America since.
Where are they from?
California, LA.
Yeah, so they're American.
Yeah.
How long?
But they just did a big Europe tour after it, like toured everywhere in Europe, but all their American shows were canned.
Yeah.
They'll play there again, but yeah.
People have pretty short attention spans for this stuff,
totally.
don't you think?
Yeah.
Unless it kind of keeps happening.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. If you fuck up once, they'll sort of let you off. Josh Homme just kicked one woman in the head.
Yeah.
He seems to be doing okay. Whereas Sticky Fingers are beating up every gay and trans person.
Yeah, exactly.
Smash. Yeah.
It's the regular thing.
Yeah,
do it once. You get like one chance. Or just a window, Don't do it multiple times within this period.
Mm. So those guys are pretty much the romper stomper of Australian music.
Never seen Romper Stomper.
Right. I saw it sort of the other day and it was rubbish. Well, I just couldn't be bothered watching it. But,
yeah. What's it about?
Russell Crowe and his mates in Australia beating up Asians. Oof. I don't know if they beat up any other...
like Nazis or something, like racists?
Yeah, they're skinhead guys, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do they get their comeuppance in the movie?
They come muffins. I'm not sure if they eat them or not. They must do. Mm. I can't remember. I feel like one of them dies. It's funny seeing Russell Crowe so young. No Effects are known for making smart alecky.
They do really poor taste jokes on stage all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was maybe just a little bit too soon.
Yeah.
How does Jamie... Okay, well, Jamie's a bit dangerous.
Jamie's, I would say, actually, one thing I'm quite proud of with East New South Wales in general, and Jamie, is that it's pretty, it's pretty, like, PC.
I guess the joke with him is it's always on him being slightly spineless.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really at anyone else's expense so much, and I guess he's not trying to push buttons in that way.
No, and I don't know, it was kind of good to try and make, like, a comedy thing that was, like, and a band thing even, where, like, you know, we don't even really drink or do drugs or, you know, have groupies or any of that kind of, like, cliched stuff. It's all, and there's not really, you know, we say fuck a bunch, but, like, you know, we don't really go too hard on the swearing and stuff.
Was that quite a conscious decision to go in that direction?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we always just we'll always check things. We're like, oh fuck, I don't know if we should do that when we're writing stuff or whatever, or in the edit. Yeah,
it's so good if you can do comedy that doesn't rely on those things. Not that I don't love, I love that stuff. But if you can do it in a sort of G-rated way, there's something extra charming about it.
Yeah, I think so. It's just nice to do, you know, not to have to rely on those kind of things.
Yeah. When did you guys start doing it? I'm trying to remember when I first saw you posting stuff.
The video stuff?
Yeah, I mean, even the band in general.
Oh, the band would have been 2011, I think. So, what's that? Oh, that sounds like ages ago. Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah.
But it was the first 3 years of the band was playing like 1 show a year, 2 shows a year, just messing around. And then a few years in, we were at a band practice and a friend of ours brought in a camera and just started filming stuff, and we made a little mockumentary just on the spur of the moment.
Was that Bentimony then, or was that someone else?
That was someone else. And we just made this thing on the moment about... It was about that there was an A team and a B team in the band.
Sorry?
A team and a B team.
Okay.
And it was about the band breaking up because there was a rift and a divide within the band or something like that. Just a little 3-minute thing. And we thought it was kind of fun. And then we were just like, it'd be really good to make a series or, you know, do a web series on this or something like that.
Yeah.
And then rather than just saying it, we actually did it.
You actually did it.
Yeah. Which was really hard. It's really hard.
I've been on tour a lot and talked about it, but never got around to doing it. I think I was saying this to Jamie when I interviewed him, was how sort of proud of you guys I am that you actually had the follow through to do it.
Well, I remember you saying that to me as well. Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck, me and Aaron used to talk about doing this all the time.
so much.
Yeah. And I don't know, someone like yourself, you've always had such like great anecdotes and like, you know, you've met so many of like these characters and things. It's sort of really, there's so much material there.
Yeah. How long was the writing process for you guys?
Season 1, we spent a couple of days on. Like, just sat around at a table and sort of like, okay, so maybe episode 1's what is episode 1? Oh, it's like an intro. Episode 2's a
once in the backyard or whatever.
Yeah. Episode 3 is a film clip. Episode 4 is a launch of the film clip.
And what stuff. You, Jamie, and Ben, the 3 of you write it?
Yeah, exactly.
The Timony brothers.
Yeah, me and the Timony brothers.
Yeah.
And we just wrote like a couple of sentences per episode. The boys have a band practice and Will leaves the band or whatever.
Right, sure.
And just filmed stuff and edited it together at the end. And it was just, we were just going in blind. Like, we didn't really know what we were doing. Season 2, we wrote a lot more and we spent maybe like a few months on that. We had like 15, 20 iterations of the script on that. Okay. Different episodes that didn't make it.
Way more developed script.
Yeah, exactly. we tried to focus on storyline, like a story arc throughout the season.
Was Pelvis already in? Like, had you already met him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you knew you were going to put him into it.
Yeah. He's destined for the silver screen, that man.
I love him.
Yeah. Have you met him?
No.
Are you going to be in Melbourne for our show on the 12th?
Nah, I'm going back to LA on Monday.
Down.
Bailey and my sister and all the Colours guys have got tickets. I think they're all going to come.
They'll get to meet him.
Bailey will be excited to meet him. But
he's so good.
Yeah, I really do.
He's a gem. Literally, as it says in the show, Jamie was working at a burger shop. And Pelvis used to come, he's a bus driver.
Yes.
And he used to, on his lunch breaks, come into Jamie's chicken shop and order a burger or chips or whatever. And he's just like, he'll talk to anyone.
Yes.
And within meeting him for 2 minutes, you know that he's a bus driver, he's from Woi Woi, and he's an Elvis tribute artist.
Yeah.
And because he would have said something to Jamie like, "Oh right, you're in a band. I'm actually an entertainer myself," and like that.
Sure.
And
classic.
And yeah, he gave Jamie this CD of this song that he has called "Elvis is Alive in Australia," which he actually sings.
And it's an original song.
Yeah, that his mate Swaggy wrote. It's by Swaggy, and
have you met Swaggy?
I've talked to Swaggy on the phone, because I needed to get the rights for it.
I almost just like the idea of Swaggy not even really knowing what he looks like and just concocting him in my mind.
Yeah, so Swaggy, whatever he looks like in your mind right now, wrote the song, and Pelvis sang in it. And
why Pelvis? Where's the P?
I don't know.
He hasn't said?
I probably found out he's the bearded Pelvis. He's got a beard.
Then he should be Belvis then, shouldn't he?
Should be Belvis. And so Jamie was just, that's right. So we got him to open for us once at the Oxford Art Factory Gallery Bar show. So this was back in the early days when no one came to our shows and stuff. And Pelvis went on first, did an Elvis tribute set.
And just had a sort of karaoke backing track sort of thing to
it's really sweet. He caught the train into Sydney, met us at a pub across the road. There's a suitcase with all his gear and stuff. Got changed across Oxford Street, walked down Oxford Street in his Pelvis costume, came into the show, and then he played. And there were, for some reason, I don't know if you remember in Oxford Art Factory, there'd often be hectic 90s kind of not 90s, whatever, dance music parties in the main bit.
Yes,
there was all that kind of
I've played a gig while the dance party was going before.
Yeah.
But why are they watching us?
About 15 girls who were all high as on pingers came in and just lost their shit to Pelvis, and were all just on the stage dancing and shit. He was loving it. And then I didn't really hear from him for a few years, or see him, sorry. And then when we were writing that, we were like, Pelvis has to be the band manager.
Yeah.
The thing of characters. And then we did a screen test with him. We had a coffee with him. We were just chatting to him. And
he's still just a bus driver? He's
just retired.
He just retired, okay.
Yeah. We had a coffee with him. And we was like, it was so funny. He was telling us his story, and then I was filming. I'll show you in a bit. And he was just stirring his sugar for 2 minutes, just telling a story he didn't stop. It was so good.
Is he?
And in that thing, he told us a story about the Elvis never had a beard story, about how some bloke goes to him, Elvis never had a beard, and he goes, "Oh right, you've seen all of his movies, have you?" That thing that he does with BC from June Rats in our show.
Right.
That scene is from that coffee we had with him. He told us that story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Elvis does have a beard at some point.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, you're a fucking idiot.
I was watching the Daniel Johns one before, and I remember when you showed it to me, what is it? Mambo or business for them?
Yeah.
So what is Mambo?
Hey Todd, Mambo or business? Yeah, that's got to be one of my favourite lines for sure.
Is he married, family, anything like that?
He's got a little lady.
Okay.
I and Colette, and he lives up on the Central Coast. He's got family, like brothers and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. You've got to get them. You got to put the meeting together.
You've got to meet him.
I really want to. So you guys are just on tour through Europe with DZ Death Race.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Really good. Yeah, so much fun. They are the nicest people.
Right, I've never met those guys.
You know, like, and their whole, always, like, anyone that's in their crew, it's like not a huge crew, just like, but like, are always the loveliest people too. Like, you know, when you go on a tour and like the sound engineer's a real dickhead.
Yeah, many times.
Or the tour manager's just like nice but always grumpy.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, none of that. And that's a real fucking pleasure.
That's, definitely always, I've always thought it trickled down from the artists. If the artists are nice, then they try and have similar sort of people around them for the most part.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes a few years to find those people.
Yeah, exactly.
At the start, it's always a bit confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so it was really, really like great tour. The show's really cool. First time playing outside of Australia, which was great.
Are you noticing it growing, getting bigger, more people watching the show, more, I don't know, everything?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, like...
As much as
we
you'd
haven't
like,
gone
you
viral,
still want more?
Yeah, I mean, of course. It's a funny one, like, definitely. I feel like with Wales, the fans are so into it that it feels like we have way more. Do you know what I mean?
The people who like it really like it.
Yeah, and so it feels like we've got like millions of followers, or like, you know, when you, like, we get like stopped by fans and stuff on the street and like that a lot more, and like more than bands that are way more popular than us, I think.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it might have something...
Well, you've got a TV show
exactly,
as
so
well.
It's a bit different air of sort of starstruckness.
Yeah, no one's stopping you as Todd from I Know Leopard.
No. I get shoved in the background in that one a bit.
Two-string Andrews.
It's happened a couple of times, but probably the normal amount, I'd say.
And so what's season 3? I feel like I spoke to Jamie about this, but that was a while ago. What's the sort of... what do you want to do? Where do you guys want to take it?
Oh, man. A few options for storyline that we're still working through. I want to make it into a TV show. So at the moment, the format's 15-minute episodes.
Yeah.
I think we're setting ourselves a bit of a challenge at this stage to write like a classic television 22-minute episode format. We'll see how that goes. It could end up as whatever. But that's the plan. We've been, because we do everything, it's sort of, we've been really like caught up in like the rollout of it. So, you know, like we haven't really
you've also
back around into that creative phase.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to... You're also got to be a band sort of as well.
Yeah,
eh?
exactly. So we're touring at the moment, so it's hard to sit down and get the time to write a season.
But you'd be coming up, always being together, anecdotes, ideas.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's always ideas flying around. Like when we were in Europe, and we had a day off and we caught a train, and we got to come up with, made some good ground on that trip, and yeah, you're right. There's always stuff happening. But yeah, I don't know. I want to try and introduce some new characters too, which should be cool. I don't really know what's going to go on there. Big goals are to get some bigger and better cameos too.
Of course.
Aim big.
Yeah, well, you did pretty well on season 2.
Yeah.
You can only do better, I think.
You can do worse.
I don't think it's going to go that way.
Yeah.
I feel like the more momentum and everything that's behind it, and everyone always wants to be in on the joke. Everyone wants to be on the cool thing.
100%. I mean, we was pretty lucky to get like people like we had keen to do it it was really nothing when they said yes.
Yeah, the last time we were talking about it, the Daniel Johns one, he hadn't signed off on it yet, had you?
Oh, yeah,
you were still wondering about it.
Credit to him, hey, for being such a good sport with all that.
But
but technically, yeah, he could have fucked us. We filmed it. He hadn't signed a release or any, his the acting contract and stuff. And and he got his contract amended to say he could make revisions and comments.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Well, his manager did anyway at the time, and he had no notes in the edit, and he was just like, "Yeah, it's sick, guys, great," and it was stoked. But it was a bit hairy at the time.
Yeah, that stuff's scary. Usually you get through it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you just got to go pretty pretty rogue and stuff sometimes.
That
just make it happen.
The slap on Luke's face.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that was really bizarre. Yeah, because I'd met him at a bar or something before, but he wouldn't remember, and we didn't.
No, of
chat
course
or
not.
Anything. And
you always remember them; they never remember you.
No.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Dude.
Saw you at that bar in Surrey Hills 3 years ago. Remember? So I was literally meeting him for the first time, while my character was meeting him for the first time, while I was producing the show and trying to make sure everything was going.
Yeah, there's a lot going to be going through your mind during that whole.
Yeah, man, it's so weird.
That whole time, isn't there?
Yeah.
Did you have it pretty scripted and then it just went in whatever direction it went in?
Yeah.
I feel like he's putting a lot into it.
Yeah, man, he had some ideas.
Yeah, which I love though.
But yeah, so basically there was a few things he needed to say to make the next episode make sense.
Okay.
So we just got there with him, yeah. Yeah, but I think he enjoyed fucking with us a bit too.
Of course. Yeah. I guess it is tricky with those sorts of people because they're sort of doing you a favour.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, at this level of your career, be asking them to be doing exactly what you want.
Completely. It's like your thing, but you're in the palm of their hands.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're sort of talking about season 3, but what about the music side? See, this is the thing that's interesting to me because the show is a comedy, but the band's not really a joke.
Not anymore.
No. And I was talking to Jamie about it. The lyrics of a bunch of the songs are actually things that he really thinks about and means. Is it tricky to know when to draw the line? What's serious? What's what?
Yeah, it is tricky. Yeah, yeah. It's always coming up, and we're like, "Whoa, fuck! If we're confused, what's everyone else?" And that has been an issue for us in the past, especially with the industry. They're so annoying. They're like people I mean, we're independent and we're going to stay independent.
Oh, indie to the death.
Yeah, indie DIY to the death, bro. People like record labels or music industry or whatever, they're starting to come around, but for so long we're like, I just don't understand. Is it a band or is it a show? And it's like, well, see, understand, just enjoy it. Why do you have to overthink everything about it?
I guess, so hang on, I have to change the song because it's terrible.
What is it?
Some shit band from New Zealand.
Great. I saw a band from New Zealand at Big Sound called Wax Chattels.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, they must be shit, hey? Yeah.
I don't know much about that place anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't lived there for 15 years.
Is it home?
Nah.
Got a connection to it?
I have a connection to it, definitely, because I lived there for 20 years, but it's not home. Yeah. Melbourne is definitely home, because Mum and Dad live here now as well, and my sister's here, so...
When was the last time you went back?
Miami Horror played a show in Auckland at the start of the year. It was fun. I always go back. It's like a novelty, and I always enjoy it. And I like to freshen my accent up a little bit, take the piss out of a bunch of things.
Don't ever lose it.
I don't think I ever will. I'm too old and too stubborn.
Yeah, great.
I don't know. It's always a funny thing when someone has been living somewhere for however much time, and then they come back with the accent.
I know.
Come on, mate. Yeah, I'm not taking the piss.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I mean, is Adelaide still home for you, bro?
It is because my parents live there, and I live there at the moment.
I guess the city doesn't...
Technically and literally, yes. It is my home. But,
It's more the country than the city.
Yeah. I think I won't live there for the rest of my life or ever return. I'm there at the moment, but that's whatever. I don't think I'll move back there. So I guess it's kind of like my old home, yeah. But I still, when I get back there, like look at it a bit like home, I guess.
Yeah. You're enjoying being back there? It doesn't feel too small, old, annoying?
No, but that's because I'm hardly ever there.
Yeah.
If I was there just constantly, I'd probably be going a bit crazy, but I get out a lot.
I sort of feel the same way in that I these days don't really care where I live as long as I'm working and getting out and doing things.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause it's sort of just a place to come back and rest for a little bit.
Pretty transient folk, aren't we?
Have been for a long time as well, yeah.
What's your home at the moment, here or LA?
Well, I was here for the first half of this year in Melbourne and then went back to LA and now I'm back here. And I was calling LA home, but then now I've been back, I've been really enjoying being
That's what
back.
happens.
Yeah.
You come back and you go, fuck, I love it. Because I was getting sick of Sydney and going to move to Melbourne. And then I spent a little bit of time in Adelaide, went back to Sydney and was like, oh, I love Sydney.
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
I don't think it really matters. To me, it's always about the work or the project a lot more than where I am. Nothing really bothers me too much in that respect.
What do you got going on when you go back to America?
Nothing, to be honest. This time around, I mean some podcast interviews, but we've been working hard on all the colours here. We did the record there earlier this year, and then now doing that here. And then I'll go back, do a little bit of Miami Horror stuff, but then we're doing Miami Horror tour in December in Australia as well.
Oh, sick.
So everything will be back here for summer, so I'll just...
You're just getting your time in there.
Yeah, I already have my flight booked to go back. We're supposed to be interviewing a few few other people.
Where do you live? Where are you living? The same place?
Silver Lake, same place. Did you ever come to that place?
Yeah, I came. I had a great time.
The horror house?
I'll never forget rocking up there and you sitting out on your porch.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I rocked up with Jim and Luke, remember?
Yes, we went to the party. Where did we... I'm trying to even remember what we did. Sure, there was a bag of cocaine involved somewhere along the way. Australians in LA.
Yeah, fully.
If I could get a cheap bag, boys.
Yeah. Absolute trash.
Or every Australian that goes there when they're younger is just all about the cheap cocaine. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But when you have to pay $400 and you haven't lived that ridiculous dream, if everyone thinks it's going to be some amazing thing, until you do a little bit and realise, it's just another drug like everything else. It's kind of gross and leaves you feeling a bit shit.
Yeah, it's a night ruiner. Often.
Yeah.
Whether you have it or don't. You know,
basically,
if you don't, it ruins your night because if you want it, and if you do, it ruins your night because you've had it.
Yeah. I just find out, you just get anxious and need to go to the toilet. It's not really too much else that it does for me, but I haven't done any of that for ages.
You've been a good boy.
Been a pretty good boy. I suppose your band must be slightly good boyish because Jamie's been sober for ages as well.
Yeah, we're good boys. Jamie's been sober for coming up 6 years probably.
Right.
And
what's his vice then? Coffee.
Coffee.
Women.
Coffee. Women, everything else, everything besides drinking it.
Okay.
He's great, man. He just loves life, and he's really, I don't know, it's been really, what's the word? I don't know, it's changed his outlook on life a lot, going through that, and he really cherishes his friendships and friends and sort of all that kind of stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's had you always sort of wanted to work with? How long have you known him for?
I met Jamie when I moved to Sydney, and he just moved there, so it would be coming up 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
9 years.
And you'd always sort of planned to do something together, or?
Nah, we just had separate bands, and then one time at a party or whatever, Luke and I were in a band, and Jamie and Will were in a band.
Yeah. This was former Child Stars before it was I Know Leopard.
It might have been I Know Leopard at that stage.
Early I Know Leopard.
Yeah.
And what was his one called?
Rapids.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. We were just going on about how annoying bands are to be in, and like how you got to like overthink. Like, it's like fuck. It takes like you spend all band practice working on one part or whatever, it takes forever to decide things and do stuff, and there's so much. Everything's so calculated. Film clips, whatever, and then that's
just because you're in a band with Luke.
Yeah, it's part. It doesn't help, that's for sure.
He gets there though.
He gets there.
He gets there. Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's considered.
Yeah. And so, most bands are. Our band, New South Wales, is a bit now too, but it started out
turning into that.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who's very thinky? You and Jamie?
Yeah, we just have more of a vision now. Whereas when it started, we were at a party, and Luke and I and Will and Jamie decided to have a band jam and start a band where we didn't give a fuck, and there were no rules and that kind of thing. And that's how. So we didn't plan on doing anything together; it just happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny how it starts like that. Yeah, it's going to be no rules. We can do whatever we want, and then now they're like, "That's not punk enough. That's not Wales enough. We've got to do."
Yeah. Guys, we have to make a new album.
What's the new album going to be? So you've just got the one album out at the moment, right?
Yeah.
It's going to get more death metal, Toddy?
Yeah, it's going to get heavier.
Going to get heavier?
Yeah. But I want to write a hit that makes a lot of money.
Okay.
Have you ever tried to do that? It's not easy.
I have, not so much with bands that I've been in, but maybe doing some of those APRA songwriting things where people have been sort of doing it. But every time I've ever thought that I've got the great song, that like this could be the one, nothing ever really happens.
Yeah.
I still think that maybe I've done some already and no one knows it yet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, potentially.
But
right.
yeah, no,
But what kind of how?
Nah, I was only kind of joking.
I know, but maybe not. You want to have something that's gonna.
Yeah, I guess what I was saying is it's going to be heavier, but it's not going to be like. I still want to have a little element of songwriting, and I want to have some songy songs in there too.
But I think Jamie's really good at writing vocals.
Yeah,
he's not going to just be like growling into a microphone.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway,
yeah. So that'll happen. So I don't really know what it's going to be like, but I think we want to experiment a bit more actually.
You didn't spend much time on the first one?
Nah.
Yeah.
We wrote
Punk AF.
Yeah.
In and out.
We did
live.
We did 9 songs.
In 9 minutes.
We did kind of like that. We did 9 songs and then realised the album wasn't long enough. And then we booked 3 days in a rehearsal studio and wrote the other 5. Mm-hmm. And they turned out to be the best ones as well.
Okay, so you're getting better.
Just got lucky, I reckon. And then recorded them pretty quickly. And we recorded the first 9 songs in 5 days. And the next one's 5 in 2 days. I love,
all the colours, it's got the exact same instruments as these New South Wales does.
Classic
guitar, bass and drums and a singer.
Yeah,
and
love that.
Yeah, and the good thing about it is you know pretty quickly whether it's got a vibe or not, because if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's rubbish, chuck it in the bin.
Yeah, chuck it in the bin.
Yeah, and then just write a new one.
Yeah.
Where I think with the production writing and computer writing that a lot of people do, or that that we've been involved with, it's like the picture is never painted. You're always like, well, we can put another synthesizer on the top of it.
Infinite options.
Yeah, exactly. But if you can get it right with just the 4 of you, or just that, and it feels good, then
particularly as well if you have it, your sound has a certain like standard like bass tone, and you can tweak it.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's. Something quite definitive about it. You can kind of, you make that thing.
Well, your new stuff's pretty heavy. Is it heavy?
We're getting heavier as well.
Yeah,
100%.
It's the way it goes, isn't it? Why would you not? That's what I want to know.
Most people never get heavier. All bands get way wimpier.
I'm on a mission. Like I've listened to heavy metal my whole life, and I'm only, I'm slowly getting heavier?
I'm the same. I think we're on the same mission. I feel like every time we catch up, we do talk about riffs and getting heavier.
Yeah.
I'm going in the same direction. Well, I also think, though, now feels like the time to be heavier because it's just a reaction to everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's all Chet Faker's fault. Fuck you, we're going to do riffs.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything even wrong with it.
Yeah, cheers, Chet.
Cheers, Chet.
Yeah.
It started a movement, and there's a whole bunch of those people that were doing that white boy soul R&B stuff, and some of it's wonderful. But you just, once everyone does it, you get tired of it and want something else.
Yeah, totally.
So it's riff time.
It's riff time. You've pretty like gnarly tones as well in your stuff.
Thank you. Still getting it all finished, but it's coming together.
Yeah.
And already sort of way through another album.
Really?
Not recorded, but
writing.
Lots of songs. Yeah. The riffs are
Prolific.
coming hard and fast.
They're just flowing, hey?
Yeah, mate.
Fuck.
But I don't really let myself not be writing riffs. I don't rest. Last night I got home, flew back after our show in Sydney the other night, and got home. I'm like, well, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
I'll just pick up the guitar and try and write some more riffs.
Yeah. Did you come up with anything?
Yeah. I had another riff, and then I just added more riff to the end of it because it was didn't have a bridge riff.
Needed more riffs. Yeah.
And then there was another one that I came up with a little while ago that I've been doing some tweaking. How about you? Where's your riffage?
Picked up a guitar and written a song in 6 months.
Haven't
months.
at all.
No.
Why? Been busy doing stuff.
Busy doing other shit, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess
Which sucks. But yeah.
But maybe they're just accruing.
Yeah, I think so.
Like your riff testicles are just full, and
they're
then
in
just...
there. I'm not worried. Yeah, I know there's some riffs in there.
Especially, but you're listening to lots more music, I suppose, at the moment. So
yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I do think that like when I do go to write this new music, it's probably going to be hard the first few days or a few times, and like when you sit down, and you're like, God, I only know like the same 3 chords, and I just play them all the time. And do you ever get like that?
yeah,
You're a better musician than me and a better songwriter. You know much more about all that stuff. But
I've probably put a bit more time into that.
Yeah.
But
I heaps of times I get that thing where I'm like, I just always do the same thing. Do you ever get that?
yes, of course I do.
Yeah.
It pays to learn a few songs by somebody else.
That's the advice I give people too.
Yeah, you do.
But learning an album you like or something.
Yeah. If you sat down for one afternoon, pick one of your bands that you like, and just fumble your way through trying to learn a bunch of their songs.
It's a good technique.
Yeah, you'll already go, oh, they went in that direction with the riff. I'll just try that.
Yeah, totally. It's a really good one. I'll probably have to do that, I reckon. Put on Frog Stomp or something. And
Frog Show. I heard that song today. What album is that? Frog Stomp?
Frog Stomp, yeah.
Don't really like that song.
Don't like it. Some people don't like it. I reckon it's so good. It's a funny song.
It's not that it's a bad song. It just sounds like kids writing their first song.
Yeah, fully.
And
pretty good for kids' first song.
Great for kids. But it's still, to me, just a bunch of kids writing a song.
Yeah.
And Silverchair have done some amazing stuff. But that one.
Totally. Yeah.
And it's so funny hearing it on Triple M or whatever. Yeah, got one from the Cheros or Sylvies.
Yeah.
Like, really? It's a bunch of 15-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Funny that it's sort of... But I don't know. I'm like, some stuff stands the test of time by being played at you every day for years.
You see, I love it. Yeah. I know what you're saying, but I don't... It doesn't get to me or bother me at all.
I didn't get too bothered.
Yeah.
The ones that bother me, don't ever need to hear Eye of the Tiger again.
No,
don't like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Final Countdown.
Yeah.
Could happily live without that.
I've got a couple. They're ones that the acoustic dude in the corner of the pub on a Sunday afternoon in like suburban Adelaide plays. Summer of '69. I can live without that. Heard it too many times at the pub.
Even the original, don't need to hear it. Yeah.
What's the other one? Blister in the Sun. I can go without ever hearing that again. That's the main one.
I heard that original Lift Out the other day, and I don't think I hated it or was too over it. I think I just went, weird that song's still getting around.
It's because of all the cover bands.
Why do they...
why do they all play the same songs?
I don't know.
Isn't that interesting?
I just don't feel like any song should really be covered by anyone, almost, unless you're going to do something good with it. And by picking up an acoustic guitar and doing it more basic and shitter, that's not making it any better.
Nah. What about those cover bands that you'd see at uni or like the uni days, or they play to like the uni pub crowd and they're playing on a Thursday night in like Hawthorne to like 100 like drunk 20-year-olds who are frothing. And
what are the tunes of choice?
They're making like getting paid like $4,000 for the show, like more than like, you know, most
anyone
other bands.
But anyone who's making a bit more money is only making it short term while they're selling their soul slightly.
Oh yeah, it's dirty money.
yeah, you don't get like in the the rock and roll scheme of things. People aren't going to give you adulation for being the covers band guy. You get that moment while you're on stage.
Yeah,
you get the paycheck, but then when you go, you vanish, and all you've done is make people like Wonderwall even more.
Yeah, totally.
Or realize that it's a great song when you're not singing it.
How funny is it when they've got like real sick... They've always got the best gear too, those bands, because they get paid so much. They've always got,
Have you thought about going covers direction?
No. But friends of mine in Adelaide had a cover band that was good. They were called Street Crab. And they just...
Street Crab?
Street Crab.
Oh, Crab.
The fans were crabbies.
The fans of the covers band?
Nah, they didn't really have fans. It was just us. But they only played one show and 2 shows. I think they played in like Wyala or something as well. And they just played nu metal cover songs, which was pretty cool, like Machine Head, Soulfly, like that kind of stuff. So It was pretty sick.
Did Luke send you that video the other night of us playing at Frankie's when we did our sort of halftime nu metal section of one song? Yeah. We had the one dreadlock guy.
Yeah, he sent me that.
That was pretty awesome. But then, because we have quite a bunch of covers up our sleeve, because we do the occasional party and wedding for people for the money as well. Yeah. And we didn't have anything nu metal though to play for him.
Yeah, shit.
I know. I was sad because if people are there and the gig doesn't really matter so much, I just want to be entertained.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, but what would we do?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. What were you going to do then? What's the like?
I thought Deftones maybe.
Yeah, and like it'd be pretty, like, you'd probably want to almost die when you did it, but you could have done Killing in the Name.
Yeah, we played that with some kids in Ballarat the other night, actually, because we opened
good riffs in that song.
There's some good riff. I'm happy to play that one.
Yeah,
I think for a while I was a bit funny about it, but now I don't. It doesn't.
I'd happily play it. It is really thrashed, isn't it?
Yeah,
but it's still great.
It is really thrashed. It is funny that every band kind of gets narrowed down into one song eventually, huh? And that becomes the defining one. And I suppose that's it for them. So do you think you've found your definitive Leeds New South Wales song?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
is there?
We have one at the moment.
What's the one?
Cholesterol Heart.
How does that one go? Riff. You feel like that sums you up the best, or that the fans have said so?
It's just the one that's got 4 times as many listens on Spotify.
Right.
And the one that got played on the radio a little bit.
Would you have picked that to be the one?
Yeah.
So you put it out as the single going, this is the
That
jam.
was the one when we had all 14 songs in the album. I was like, that's one. I'm glad we wrote that one.
Okay, and that was one of the later ones.
It's the songiest song and the one that you knew. It's a bit of an, like, it's a funny one because it's a minute and a half.
Okay.
And they got added to radio at a minute and a half, which I think is pretty cool.
I think for them that's great, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know how everyone in the music industry always has these rules?
Oh, they talk
and
so much
everyone's
shit,
like,
mate.
you can't put out a song that's a minute and a half and get it on the radio. And it's like, shut up.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, you can't put out a 4.5 minute song and get that added on radio. It's like,
That's
man,
crazy to me.
Stop telling me, give me all these rules. All the people that behind the scenes, like,
They
with their jobs, having all these rules.
I think they make up the rules though so that they can continue to feel like they're doing something or that they're important.
They're like, oh no, you'll never get booked on that festival. You don't have any new music out, and then like this other band with no music out gets booked on the festival. I'm like, shut up.
The funny one for me is they're always there's always a new rule breaker. And then that new broken rule becomes the norm, and then everyone does things that way. And then they go, you can't do it any other way, mate. This is the way you do it. And then someone else changes it. And
then, it just does it the old way again.
Yeah. And then every publicist is just doing it the old way again, going, this is the way it's done.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to put out this, and this. Yeah. Always being told what to do.
Yeah. Or told that you can't do stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that song, it's a minute and a half. But it's got like the catchiest bit of the song happens for like 10 seconds right at the end.
So that makes you want to go back and listen to it again?
And so it's got a lot of repeat listen value in it, which I was saying about your song.
It's got repeat value?
Yeah, definitely. Your new single. Which is like, not necessarily something you do on purpose, but nice when it happens, I reckon.
I notice, if I do say so about that new All the Colours song, that Let Me Drown, is the last bit's the bit where I shake my head. So I'm happy to go back and to listen to it again, because the biggest riff bit is at the very end.
Well, there's a song by Slayer called Disciple, and it's off the album God Hates Us All. And there's the chorus in that song that's like, God hates us all. But that only happens once in the song.
Oh, okay.
And it happens over this breakdown, which the breakdown happens again at the end of the song, but he doesn't sing.
Do you wish that he did?
Yeah. You want the song to go like another 2 or 3 minutes, and it doesn't. And
but how many times have you listened to that song then?
You just listen to it just to get that bit, which is like halfway through.
That's the trick. When I was writing my notes to talk to you, I was remembering your brother's T-shirt at your birthday party.
I was telling someone about that the other day.
For the listeners, what was it? What was it? Your 30th? I can't remember.
It was my 30th birthday, at which my parents were at.
Anyone else? Your nan?
My girlfriend at the time's parents were at, like her family.
Yeah,
whole, beautiful, nice,
wholesome family. Yeah. And your brother was there. And what was the T-shirt?
It was a Marduk T-shirt.
Marduk, that's the name of the band. Yeah. And on the front, it had Jesus getting his dick sucked on the cross by a devil angel woman. Yeah. And then on the back was, you can say.
It said Christ raping black metal.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. It's quite a statement, that shirt.
Such a statement. But what I think was funny, we sort of talked about, is does he even know that he's making that statement? Or he does?
Oh, no. I was just saying, isn't that go on?
He's just sort of getting about in a T-shirt, eh?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's so... it's so unshocking to him because he's got so many T-shirts like that, and he's listened to like that music for so long that to him it's pretty just like whatever. But yeah, he is probably aware on some levels. But yeah, you're right. He just doesn't give a fuck.
It's funny, when you get so deep into that metal scene and so much of it about is pushing that stuff as far as you can. Yeah, that you would just become completely oblivious.
Yeah, I know.
To Christ raping black metal.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mean he hates Christ, does he? Maybe he does. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't actually know either. I mean, he's probably more of a Satan guy than a Christ guy.
Yeah, but he's probably not a bad guy.
He's a really good guy.
Yes.
I don't think he probably believes in either of them, to be honest. He's got some great T-shirts.
He's more metal than you? Or are you catching up?
He's so much more metal than me, yeah.
How deep does it go? I mean, I'm very not metal. There was a period where I could do it. Jono in All the Colours loves it. Yeah. Joe, our old bass player, is really into it. Yeah. But I can stomach maybe 1 or 2 songs. Yeah. Cannibal Corpse, I can do 1 song and go, sick, get it, like it. But when the next one comes on, I need a breather.
Yeah, totally. I get that.
But you're right in. You've gone deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Do you know, like as you go more into the scene, you start hearing the differences, and you're a connoisseur of black metal now. Black metal, or
I wouldn't say so. My brother's definitely a connoisseur of black metal.
okay,
But I just like a lot of different types of metal. Yeah, I'm not really even that up to date with like a lot of the latest stuff.
I guess it doesn't really
listen to what I like. Yeah.
Yeah. So who are the guys?
Well, Todd Andrews I was talking to you about.
Todd Andrews, very
I
good.
have a Nails hoodie over there, who are really great.
I've seen the Nails thing. I don't think I've listened to them.
Yeah, they actually came out for download last year, and I didn't go to their show because I went to the NoFX show.
Oh. NoFX are pussies compared to Nails.
Dude.
Right.
Good read is the NoFX autobiography, by the way. It's a really good book.
Right.
Yeah, really good.
Okay, I'm into it.
And then I listen to a lot of like stuff I grew up listening to. I don't like, in terms of new stuff, I don't listen to a lot. But
Have they gone soft these days?
nah.
Don't like the production? Or is it just that you're old and you like nostalgia?
I just like, I think I've got a few albums I just love chucking on.
That's kind of how I feel a little bit about it.
Yeah.
There's just something special about the feeling you got then.
Yeah.
And anything new, if it's not evocative of the old, it's hard to...
Totally. I still like those albums, so I just put them on. It's like, I don't need to get anything that new unless I really like it.
Yeah. Do you feel like that sort of hinders your musical growth in a way, or it doesn't really bother you?
Probably does, yeah.
Yeah, it does, but doesn't bother you.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing I like about Wales is that, like, I don't know, we kind of write, like, punkish kind of music. Mm-hmm. But I'm the only one that really grew up listening to that stuff. So it kind of just takes on its own, like, world a bit. You know, like Will, Luke and Jamie all, you know.
Of course. Yeah, what was Will? Was Will in Rapids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Will listens to, like, you know, but everyone listens to quite a different range of music. So it's good. So in terms of, like, it doesn't just end up sounding like Machine Head, you know, because if it was for me's, it would.
Fear Factory.
Yeah.
You still listen to Fear Factory?
Yeah.
Right. I remember we did a Big Day Out tour that they were on.
Sick.
Yeah, but I didn't really end up watching them. I think it's when Miami Horror was doing it.
Yeah.
And they were all big boys, eh?
Yeah.
And I was seeing them beforehand trying to do stretches was quite funny, trying to touch their toes. And I was like, guys. And then I saw them doing all those stretches, and I think I did walk past them performing, and they were sitting down.
Yeah, they're not moving around too much on stage these days.
Do you have a sort of end goal, a final thing you want to do, somewhere where you can sort of retire this? Has music always been the drive for you, or other things going on?
I don't really have a thing. I just like to just keep growing a bit, you know. If it doesn't get any bigger or whatever than it is now, then I know I'm happy, you know.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to, like, do a season 3 of the series and, you know, do it as a television show would be great. Or even if it's the same as we have now and it's you know, it's a shorter format, it'd just be good to keep writing that. I don't know. Somewhere along the way, I kind of really got a desire to make comedy. And
So that's the sort of focus more than anything for you in the future, is comedy writing, creating things?
Yeah, I think it'd be a real nice thing to do. But it's like, it doesn't have to be now. Like, you know, I mean, I keep working on Wales, but it'd be cool to just something to keep working on over time. And then, I think this recent tour that we did in Europe was really great for the band, and I think it's made us really looking forward to writing a new record and hopefully growing, getting a few more fans, and, you know.
Yeah, you see you guys being a thing for quite a bit more time into the future.
I hope so, yeah. I'd like it to start making some money. That'd be great.
Yeah.
but
When's that happening?
That's not really.
Does the TV show make any money? Probably costed a lot to make it.
Yeah.
Way more than people would even think.
If you weigh up the amount of hours we put into it versus the amount of money we've got from it, it would be one of it. It's yeah. But it could. Who knows?
It definitely could, of course. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I've been a fan for a while. I'm excited to see where it all goes.
Yeah.
Shame I'm going to miss the show in October.
Yeah.
But we'll do it again. Have we played with you guys? I can't even remember. No, we haven't, eh?
You know what? We probably actually just personally haven't played together in like 10 years or something like that.
I don't think so. I can't remember the last time I Know Leopard played. I don't even feel like I Know Leopard's ever played with Miami Horror. It was always former child stars. Huh? Well, let's make it happen.
Yeah, totally.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Todd Andrews. Love that guy. It was really fun to catch up, talk shit. I always enjoy getting together with Todd. We've had many of those conversations over the last... I think I've known him for nearly 10 years now. We're always doing that. If you haven't, make sure you check out the show. You can watch it on Comedy Central or just go to their website, thesenewsouthwales.com, and all the info is there. Check out the song Cholesterol Heart. Another one of my favorite ones is Meat Hook. I've put a bunch of links to things we discussed in the blurb for the podcast, so check it out there. Brilliant. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all your support. I'll be back in another couple of weeks with a new episode. Until then, take care, be nice to each other, all that. See you later.